What if Nazi Germany had built the atomic bomb before the United States? This question sounds like science fiction, but during the early years of World War II, it was not impossible. In fact, Germany was one of the first countries to seriously study nuclear fission. The real story is not about a lack of intelligence or talent. It is about priorities, ideology, and critical mistakes. Let's break this down carefully. Germany entered the 1930s as a global leader in physics. Many of the scientists who discovered nuclear fission were German. In 1938, Otto Hahn and Fritz Strassmann demonstrated nuclear fission for the first time, and Lise Meitner correctly explained the process. This discovery made the atomic bomb theoretically possible. However, Nazi ideology immediately weakened Germany's chances. Jewish scientists were expelled, imprisoned, or forced to flee. Albert Einstein, Leo Szilard, Edward Teller, and Enrico Fermi all left Europe. Ironically, many of them would later become key figures in the American Manhattan Project. Germany did start a nuclear program known as the Uranium or Uranium Club. But unlike the Manhattan Project, it was never given top priority. Hitler believed the war would be won quickly with conventional weapons. Rockets, tanks, and aircraft were favored. Nuclear weapons were seen as too slow and uncertain. Now, let's imagine a different path. In this alternate scenario, Hitler recognizes the long-term nature of the war. He centralizes the nuclear program, protects scientists, and commits massive industrial resources, similar to what the United States did after 1942. Germany solves two major problems earlier than it did historically: uranium enrichment and reactor design. By 1944, Nazi Germany successfully tests a nuclear weapon. What happens next? First, the war in Europe changes instantly. Germany does not need dozens of bombs. One or two would be enough. A nuclear strike on London or Moscow would not just cause destruction, it would create psychological collapse. Britain, already under constant bombing, would face unimaginable pressure to surrender. The Soviet Union, which relied heavily on morale and manpower, could fracture politically after a nuclear attack on a major city. Second, D-Day likely never happens. The Allied invasion of Normandy depended on air superiority, logistics, and morale. A Germany armed with nuclear weapons could threaten invasion ports or naval staging areas. Even the possibility of a nuclear strike would delay or cancel the operation entirely. Third, the United States faces a completely different decision. Historically, the U.S. had nuclear monopoly in 1945. In this scenario, America is behind. The Manhattan Project continues, but now under extreme pressure, the U.S. must choose between negotiating, escalating conventional bombing, or racing desperately to catch up. Would America surrender? Probably not. The U.S. mainland was geographically safe. Germany lacked long-range bombers capable of reaching American cities. But Europe would likely fall under German dominance before the U.S. could intervene effectively. Now let's talk about the long-term consequences. A Nazi atomic bomb does not automatically mean total world domination. Germany still faced serious economic limits. It lacked oil, suffered from overstretched supply lines, and faced internal resistance. Nuclear weapons are powerful, but they do not replace logistics, manpower, or governance. However, the political world would change dramatically. The Cold War would begin differently, possibly between Nazi Germany and the United States. Instead of democracy versus communism, it could become democracy versus fascism. The Soviet Union might collapse earlier or become a secondary power. Technological development would also slow in some areas. Nazi ideology actively rejected undesirable science. Many innovations driven by post-war freedom, migration, and cooperation might never occur. And there is a final crucial point. The reason Nazi Germany did not build the atomic bomb first was not luck. It was the nature of the regime itself. Totalitarian systems often struggle with long-term, complex scientific projects. They punish dissent, suppress collaboration, and prioritize ideology over evidence. In contrast, the Manhattan Project succeeded because it brought together international scientists, massive funding, and decentralized problem solving, even during wartime. So the real lesson is this: Germany could have built the bomb first, but Nazi Germany as a system almost certainly could not. And that difference may have changed the entire course of human history.